Hello, all. Welcome back to our Stanley Parable. I get to choose the subtitle for Stanley Parable 4. It's the Temple of Tuesday. Yes, that is the name of the game. What is Stanley Parable 4 Temple of Tuesday? Yeah. So this is very likely going to be the last part of this LP. There's not a lot of endings left. I did try looking them up. There's like one major ending that's left.
A man named Stanley.
Plus, we've already done the quote-unquote epilogue. There's really not a lot left. Okay, so when I met a few, there's like literally one ending left I haven't done, and it's part of the base game. It's not part of the bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So basically,
Stanley
what you have to
go
do
to
for
the
this
meeting room.
ending
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
is you have to turn on computers, restart, turn on computers, restart. So 419 is the first one. And you turn it on. Come on, let me up. How do I turn you on? Amazing phrasing, I know. Supposed to turn on 419 in the office. This is definitely 419. Okay, I'll get back to it when I figure. Okay, so I restarted the game, and now it just says awaiting input. So, can I input things now? Input received! Okay, and now I'm supposed to begin the game again. So yeah, I don't know why it didn't work first. Now I need to look for desk 423.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So I need to go back to that room again.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
23, here it is. Yep, alright, and now I gotta begin the game again. Okay, now this one is gonna take a little bit longer than the others. I have to go up to the boss's room.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content door is open again. I can get the settings option. Oh, that's so tempting, but no, not yet. It might mess
Stanley
up
came
the
to a set of two
story
open
I'm
doors.
going on.
He entered the door on his left.
It's probably because I did the epilogue at the end of the last part.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office.
Yes, we are going to the
Coming
boss's office.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. So it's this computer right here, the secretary's computer. This one. Alright. Get in the game again. Alright, desk 430. We're in this room again. Oh no. Oh, I might have got screwed. I got screwed. Begin again. Hopefully that doesn't mess everything up.
Gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to
no,
go
I'm
to
still
the
good.
meeting room. Perhaps.
Right, and then last one is Stanley's computer. What is all this paper? Input received. Okay, what now? Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. It's button pushing paradise. Pretty sure there's no way to push all these buttons, but this is great. The buttons are turning back on. Okay, yeah, this is paradise. You run around pushing buttons. You got it right. I love it here. Alright, there's nothing here. But that's it. That's the ending. So, hopefully the new content that... Okay, I got this. Good. Because there is actually one more ending tied to this.
All of his co-workers were gone.
But I couldn't access it because
Stanley
it's a random chance
to
that you
meeting
get to this
Perhaps
room or
he had
not.
simply missed a memo.
So yeah, it's behind door 426. Yep, here it is, the whiteboard ending. Come to the whiteboard ending, dog mode. I like dog mode. You can check it off. Does the bucket change anything? Oh, the dog mode really just makes it bark whenever you hit the interact button.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And
Yes, it is.
yours. Stanley clutched the bucket
I love
tightly to
this.
his chest and entered the door on his left.
Alright. I won't bark your ears off anymore. I got the whiteboard
I
ending,
can't
which...
wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone
Okay, new
missing.
content, yes. Return to Stanley 2 Expo Hall. Okay, good, so I can go back there. Good. So again, like, I need to get that Stanchurian setting. And I guess for the rest of the part I can go achievement hunting, because there's still a few achievements left. Oh yeah, that's actually probably why you need to go here too, because the machine will work now, right? That would give you the test achievement. Narrator guy couldn't figure it out, but the other... Yeah, you definitely could. Speaking of narrator guy, where are you?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing
Okay, so yeah, this is just a
ultra-deluxe
repeat.
version has turned out to be.
That's fine,
The
whatever.
original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Yes.
Which is
Still
why
super
I'm
tense
very
and exciting,
proud to
even though I know
announce
it's
for the
coming.
First time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
This is a little bit of Lester when you already know it's coming, but still it's neat.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think
Yeah.
of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built
So
from
are we
the
gonna bring
ground
up a Stanley
Why,
Parable
there are
4?
so many possibilities. It could go in
Uh,
so many different directions.
Temple Hates
This
Tuesday
is
or
what
whatever it
fans
was.
have truly
Doesn't
been
say.
asking for. Now, to be clear,
And then there was, like-
I haven't quite nailed down what exactly
Moon
the
versus
Stanley
cheese.
Parable 2 is going to be, but
I mean,
let's
because the
take a
moon is
look at
cheese.
some of the features I've been developing for it.
Well, it doesn't even
I
matter.
figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out
Okay,
some of
first
the
off,
new
a curiosity I have. So the
Okay,
game
I'll be
decided to
honest, I
pick the
haven't yet
balloons
decided
for
on
me.
this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration.
Yeah, so
like
I picked to
balloons.
get well
But I'm
someday.
undecided on
But the game
Get
decided to
Well
give me the
Someday and
12th
Happy
birthday
12th
step-niece.
birthday. Which would you go with?
I picked Get Well Someday, therefore it gave me the step-niece one. So I'm gonna pick step-niece.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Yes,
Get
it
Well
is.
Someday it is.
Nice clipping to the ceiling, by the way. But it's like I didn't notice this before, but yeah, they changed the photos
Well,
to all of the balloons too.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
So neat detail here too. I learned about that QR code is real. Like, put your screen at full screen, like scan that on your phone. It'll take you to a website called StanleyParable2.com, which has like a unique 10-minute long video, which is really funny. I'm not going to cover it here because it's not actually part of the game, but it is content you can go and look at.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was
I
that
need
it was
the bucket.
confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played
Give me the
it.
bucket. Give me the
Well,
bucket. Give me the bucket.
I'm happy
Bucket.
to say that after much consideration,
Bucket.
I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with
Bucket.
the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Bucket.
You see,
Bucket.
Stanley,
Bucket.
anytime
Bucket.
you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind.
Yes,
and
give me
your
the bucket.
heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley
Man.
Parable will feel perfectly normal.
Let me have the bucket.
and perhaps
It's my bucket.
even comforting. You may even come to
Yes.
long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while
Yes,
the bucket
I
is in
love
your
the bucket.
arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually
Yes.
redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Could
Give
you
me the
imagine
bucket.
what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the
Give
perfect
me
solution.
bucket.
Come on, give it a try.
Bucket. Bucket. There we go. Oh good, I still have my stickers.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in
Let me
the
out.
face of
I have my
crushing
bucket.
despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, Can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
That's fantastic.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Yes, they do.
All this and more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Damn, I'm not playing Stanley Parable 2, I'm playing Stanley Parable 4.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Yeah. Alright, so...
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go
I
at the
think
end
the
of the...
epilogue is great.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, so I can go in here now. This was the Settings World Champion.
I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you.
So I'm just going to explain this because I did do it off camera. You literally have to go into every single option, turn it all the way for every single option. So like, there's the 80 before, but here's too, and you just have to do it for all of them. You even have to do it for the options that you have to say, like, down here in accessibility. I still have to go through all these. Yep. But I already did it, so I'm not going to go through them all, but yes. Everything except for these two. Obviously, don't press these.
In the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting. Something called bump viscosity.
Every possible setting.
What exactly is bump viscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bump viscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
You are the champion of getting all the sliders across all possible numbers. Please enjoy this room. Your room is made just for you. Ignoring the fact that I missed bump viscosity. Okay, so as it turns out, bump viscosity is actually like a setting that does something. And depending on what you have it at, it'll change what the narrator says. So let's keep it at 1,000. With chaos. Although I think it only really changes like the beginning room narration, which already changes a bunch as is. It's not something you would ever normally notice. But still, it's there. Let's go get that new free and easy achievement. It should actually work this time.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Yay!
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
It popped. Achievement unlocked.
As you
Test
can see,
achievement, please.
the machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
Thank you, other narrator.
Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God.
I love this. This is great.
Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe. Just breathe.
Huh? Poor narrator's freaking out. Yeah, I think I've done everything here this time that we would need to.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Don't know, narrator. Reboot the game again, because I wanted to get out of that whole menu. Final train station, Stanley Parable 5. There's a couple more I want to show, but on the achievement side, or maybe if there is an ending I missed, but I don't think there is. I'm pretty sure I got them all. There is technically one more ending called the Serious Room ending, but as far as I can tell, that was removed from Ultra Deluxe. That was only in the original Stanley Parable, which does make sense because it involves modding and cheats and everything, and this game wanted to be released on official hardware like PlayStation, Nintendo, etc.
What could it mean?
Like, I remember Undertale had the same issue. They had to get rid of all that
room.
stuff.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So there is 2 that I can Still getting the other two. I'm just gonna get on my own time.
When Stanley came to
They're
a
the
set
play
of
for the
two
entire
open
duration of a
doors,
Tuesday,
he entered
and the
door
10
on
years
his
ones.
left.
10 years ones you can pretty easily cheese. As far as I can tell, the Tuesday one can't, so you just have to leave your computer idle for 24 hours. Which, that's not
Yet
fun.
there was
Apparently
not
there
a
was an
single
exploit for the
person
original
here
version,
either.
but they fixed it for Ultra,
Feeling
so
a
thanks for
wave
that.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, there's the Mashy, which I remember seeing this one, and I tried doing it way back when.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled,
keep mashing it.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
There it is.
What he
8.
could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss
The
had
achievement
been
just said
keeping from
8888,
him.
by the way.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 28. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as
Yes,
quickly as
yes,
possible,
Stanley
he
was.
didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
I let the narrator talk.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed.
Oh, I
for a
got
few
this
moments
setting
with
on
some
camera
calming
finally,
New Age
good.
music.
Yeah, this is what I got on that time when I said that this came up. But now it happened on screen, so I'm happy about that. Anyway, get in the game again, because the only one left I can do is the speedrun. So apparently, there is an ending, which I'm not
All
going
of
to
his
try
co-workers
to
were gone.
just yet.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, what I want to happen is actually begin the game again. I'm just gonna keep resetting until I get the ending the starting point where I'm right in front of the room with the 2 doors. Yes, there it is. Okay, go.
Finally, yes.
Pick the bucket.
The bucket. Yes. Stanley
It's because the
clutched
bucket will shut him up in
tightly
the
to his
the
chest
keypad room.
and entered the door on his left.
That is literally the only reason I'm taking the bucket.
Still
I'm hoping
no
this
one
doesn't
was
invalidate
here.
anything.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
And actually,
upstairs to the
I think there
boss's
is one ending I
office.
didn't show off too, but I'll go for this first. Still,
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
but
life.
I thought I hit.
Crushed
Okay.
by... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Yes, yes, it is.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Go down. Down and down and down. I'm pretty sure that you have to get the freedom ending here.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting
the bucket
him,
doesn't
reassuring
invalidate
that
the
in
run.
this darkest
We'll
moment
see.
of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Go!
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I have absolutely no idea how long this is taking, by the way. I might be taking too long as it is.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
It's a great narrator.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah!
The
Oh yeah, there was this other way it could go up
and
too.
Stanley nearly
I
dropped
mentioned
the
this
bucket
before.
in
There's
shock.
another way, but it's probably the same
Everyone in the
story.
office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
Yeah?
The bucket had never
Yeah.
seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it
I'm still
that
confused about
everything would be
234.
fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the
Huh?
bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
I'm still not entirely
These
sure.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's
Bucket,
brain.
bucket, bucket.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept
No, not Reaper.
his
That wasn't in
own
the
life
bucket.
in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one, except for the bucket.
Go.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working,
I'm not sure if
all of
those
it
buttons around
monitored
do
and
anything.
commanded from this very place.
It seems like they don't.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this...
Alright, I turned it off.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Yep.
Was it over?
If anything happens at this
Yes,
point,
they had done it.
it doesn't let me
Stanley
through.
and the
It's
bucket
gonna
had
be
defeated
because
their greatest and darkest
I
enemy,
took the bucket.
freed themselves from the tyrannical
maybe I was
grip
too
of the
slow, but I
evil
don't think I
mind
was.
control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
I still like
True,
this.
it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one
Great.
another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
Oh?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
No, no
An
freedom.
unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket.
Oh,
Go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
understandable.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very
It'll be
room.
fine.
But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Uh-huh. It didn't pop. That was too slow. Alright. So there is one other thing I can try, and it
The
doesn't...
bumpscosity in here is absolutely
Bumpscosity?
overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
See? It's random
Stanley
words.
came to a set of two open doors.
So
He
apparently
entered the door
there
on his
is an
left.
option where you can force the narrator to stop talking in the boss's room
Yet
eventually.
there was not a single
Just go in there
person here
over and over
either.
again.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go
That's
up
what
to
I'm
his
gonna go
boss's
for
office.
now.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You need to do this by rushing the room over and over again.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now.
Okay,
blah, blah,
he knows
blah.
it.
Dark secrets, the keypad,
Yes,
Stanley
he's
pushes
doing it
some
already.
buttons. Oh,
Okay.
hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Alright, perfect. Bye. I just want to see it. See, because that random ending I was talking about before, it's tied to the elevator. Yes, I can hit up. Go.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Yep.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
I know, right? Stanley, what are you thinking? Yeah, it just leads back to the office.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator.
Uh-huh.
It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
Exactly.
It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm
yes.
bolted to the edge of my seat.
Okay, well, I guess that's it for that. But, hear me out, we'll do that again with a bucket.
All
Oh,
of
yes,
his
it'll be great.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
So hold on. Since I got the 1,000. Oh, he knocked it down. He's at 100. It's knocked down to 0. No bump viscosity here.
Perhaps one man, one bucket.
Actually, no. 0 is probably just not going to do anything. So let's make it 1. 1 bump viscosity.
One chance to seize their destiny together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
Yes,
left.
I'm going to go the elevator again with a bucket.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd
Yes,
find
I opened the broom
coming to a
closet.
staircase.
Don't touch me.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yep. You can open it up for yourself.
Stepping into his
Nope.
manager's office, Stanley was once
Fine, I know
again
the password.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yep.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the
It
bucket
did.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Go down the elevator. Down we go. Fade to loading. Off the now. All right, go back on the elevator. All right, narrator. What do you have to say about
Stanley
this?
said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Bucket, talk to me, please. I love you, Bucket. Even though there's that one ending where we killed you, like, we still love you. Do it. Go press the 3.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and... Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Yes.
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Nah, you live for 3s. This 3 is amazing. I love this number. That's probably all there is to this. I'll try walking around. Because who knows, maybe going down the elevator and then back up and do something else.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
No.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Yes. Yes, we should.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Go. We are going to slam the number 3 with the bucket.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument,
Yes.
weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears, and the whole time he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
bucket. I love the 3. And someday so will you.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's?
Who
The
knows?
question caused Stanley
Monster.
to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
And loading. You gonna say anything?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Nope, no mind control. Only number 3. The number 3. This would have been so fitting if this was on part 3, but oh well.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
This is not the boss's office.
He advertised and
it's on Stanley, live on stage.
Building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
We did it. The pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. Whoa. So inspirational. An evening with world peace, baby. World's first sentient machine. The Stanley Parables, Stanley. Tonight live on stage. There's another one over there, but it's been hard to read. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Stanley. From the Stanley Parable. Tonight live on stage. I can go here. Follow the sentient robot. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. The stage. 3 3 3 3 3 33. Shame I'm now playing Stanley Parable 5. Would have been great for Stanley Parable 3.
One last chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
Audience with the dude who came up with pizza. More 3s. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Yeah, that's too long. I can't read that. Okay, these are all things we've seen. Wait, no, the Lord one is new. The Lord. Meet and greet. Okay. It said some more there too, but couldn't read it.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over.
Not that's going to stop me.
He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure.
What a really specific 3 on a keypad over and over.
Bucket would never again take him seriously. There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
No!
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends.
We still give a conference to no one, I don't care.
Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
That was it. Okay, that is a bit more detailed than what the non-bucket variant was. Just a smidge. Okay, so back to trying to do the speed run. I have to keep resetting until I get the straightaway. That room's actually not a terrible option either, but it's not the one I'm wanting. Come on. You can do it. What the? Okay, this is a little different. Wasn't this the ending I got for the Heaven Ascension?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't care about that. I wonder
Stanley decided to go to the
papers
meeting room.
everywhere.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's just paper scattered everywhere for no reason. I assumed it was part of the Heaven ending at first. But Is this something just okay, no, it teeters off of the two doors room. Like, is it just there forever and it's not in there either? So yeah, begin game again. Back in the blue room, the whiteboard. Amazing how that barely ever popped before and now won't stop popping. I'm gonna get it eventually. Wait, I got it. I'm so used to hitting start there.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
barely
doors,
have enough time.
he entered the door on his left.
Thankfully, I no longer have to hit the keypad, I think, because narrator skipped it last time.
Yet there was
So
not a
go,
single
go.
person here either. Feeling a wave
Don't
of
take the bucket
disbelief,
because bucket has a
Stanley
different
decided
ending.
to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yep, it's already opening.
Here's the door, just go.
Go, 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 go. Go! Down we go without the bucket. I miss buckets. Go, 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 go!
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm sure there's no relation.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Glad there's no
But
fall
he had
damage this
the
game.
strength to find out. Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of
Let me
them,
go.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had
Exactly
Stanley
what it
really
is.
been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring
look, it's
job?
427.
That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Wow.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Yes.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, well, maybe.
But here
Go,
was
go,
the proof.
go.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this
Ew.
very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to
Turn
sink
it off.
in, Stanley
Okay. Now, if I did this fast enough, which I mean, I even did the little ledge thing, so that'd be good.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Open the door already.
Was it over?
I don't know.
Yes. He had won.
Let
He
me
had
out, let me out, let me
defeated
out.
the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
Is there really
Where
any other
had his
puzzles?
co-workers gone?
Still not sure.
How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What
Still
other
not sure.
mysteries did this strange building hold?
Considering how
But
many
as
endings
sunlight
we
streamed
paradoxical
into the chamber,
with each other,
he
who knows?
realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
I
his
miss
goal
Bucket.
had not been to understand, but to let go.
I missed the
No longer
bucket.
would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Move forward, let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. Okay.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
If
the
that's not
feeling of
fast enough,
liberation,
I'm not really sure
the
how to make it go any
immense
faster.
possibility of the new path
It's not like I
before
can
him.
jump.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Oh.
And Stanley was happy.
I'm watching the corner. I want to see if I get that achievement. It did not pop. I still don't have it. Yeah, I'm looking at like I still don't have it. It didn't pop. That was too slow. How do you go faster than that? Like maybe I could have shaved off like a fraction of a second in the boss's office. That's the only thing I could think of. Short of discovering no clip, I'm not sure how to do that one. Alright, well, I'll try it one more time, and if I don't get it on screen, I'm just gonna get it off screen with the others. Because, yeah, those last two are not worth showing for obvious reasons. Look how close I was. I have to edit like 6 of these parts because I record in bulk, but if I remember to put it in, I will put in a speedrun timer. Just because I am that curious. Come on, at least give me the blue room. At least give me the papers on the ground. Come on! Come on! Ah. Please, just let me have the hallway. Okay, that's the blue room at least. Means it probably won't be too many more Okay, go, go, go. I was watching my recording file. Oh, I almost grabbed the bucket and I screwed up. Okay, go,
When
go, go,
Stanley
go, go.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
There, that was a much more optimized boss room. Although I did linger on the bucket for a second, so it kind of bounces out. It's been about a minute so far.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Yep,
Facility.
sure did.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay, I kind
Now
of
the
figured
monitors
that, but I
jumped
still
to
save
life,
time there,
their
so it's
true
fine.
nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
And
The
Stanley,
lives of so
427's
many
on there.
individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility,
Go, go,
it was
go,
too
go, go.
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life
It's
utterly
been 2.5 minutes,
blind
roughly.
to the world?
Not counting load times. Actually, no, very much
But
counting
here
load
was
times,
the
sorry.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
Alright, turned it off. And this last word I have no control over. It's just whenever the game decides to open up.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He
Yay!
had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where
You still
had
don't
his
know about any of this,
coworkers
by the way.
gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did
There's
the
half
strange
answers on
boy
some of
know?
these, but
But as
Well, they're half
sunlight
answers.
streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
Hey.
his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
so if I was clocking that right, that was about 5 minutes, a little longer. So yeah, too slow.
Possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way.
I'm really not sure how I can
right
shave
now,
time off though.
that things were meant to happen.
Like,
And
I'm
Stanley
gonna stick to what I said before.
was
I'm not gonna
happy.
do another attempt. I'll just do these last three in my own time. It's just thank y'all for watching the Stanley Parable. Ultra Deluxe. Oh, yeah, I really like the game. It's very much up my alley and the crazy cookie. Well, yeah, it didn't pop. Hopefully, next LP can be something. I don't know. Well, I'll figure that out. Wait, no. Open the door. No. Well, I'm locked in. Well, it's
But
okay. I
Stanley
guess I'm
simply
doing the
couldn't
waiting
handle
route
the
again.
pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a
Yeah,
crucial
so
outcome fell
I
under
wouldn't
his
have it end any other
responsibility?
way.
He had never been trained
See
for
you
that.
on next
No.
LP. Until then,
This
take care,
couldn't
stay
go
safe, have a
anywhere
good one.
except badly.
Bye
The
bye.
thing to do now